Hi there, welcome to Picture This New Media. My name is Halal Ernie, and today we're going to be going over August 30th, 2023's new comic book day haul recommendations. I'm going to be going over what I recommend to my viewers and followers of, and basically what I think is a good Western comic book hauls to pick up. Now, my comic book shop stopped carrying a lot of these ones, but I'll still recommend which ones I would get. So let's go ahead and get started with this right away because I'm starting not to make sense. Next, first up, we'll be starting with Moon Knight Annual. If you're a Moon Knight fan, this might be a good pickup for you. It's $5. Let me see here. Moon Knight versus Gucci. I'm not sure. The forces of chaos compel Earth's hero to go head to head with each other. When the champion of God battles a godlike champion, who will win? For the Fist of Khonshu face off against Tiger Division's fearless leader, the Moon Knight versus the Takugi. In a power-packed showdown. So it's by Stephanie Phillips. She's created some flops before, but she's also written Grimm. Grimm is a pretty good one. Seems like she does a lot of the annuals. So, I don't know. It might be worth to pick up, but it's just proceed with caution. Definitely proceed with caution on this one. I'm going to skip it, but no. Wolverine, if you're a Wolverine fan, this may interest you. It's got Ghost Rider kind of thing going along with it, crossover. Other than that, it's got kind of lame new X-Men storyline and plot, which is really bad. Really bad. Next up, we have Ultimate Invasion, issue number 3. I'd imagine this is better than the TV show, but it has Iron Man, it has Doctor Doom, but it's also got a 77% on the people who's reviewed it already. So, doesn't look like there's much hype for this. I'd recommend to stay away. Same with the Incredible Hulk. I'd say to stay far away from this, even if you're a Hulk fan. Philip Kennedy Johnson might. Let's see here. Actually, the Incredible Hulk. I take that back. The Incredible Hulk. If you're a Hulk fan, go ahead and pick it up. It's good. It's good. Good writer. Next up is, I take this one back, yes. This one, go ahead and pick up. World Tree, issue number 5. I do highly recommend this one. It's the end of this arc, so there will be more to come. I'm super excited about this, and yeah, I highly recommend this one. Look at that cover. So yeah, I really like James Tynion. He's a really great writer. Image Comics has a really good writer on their hands when it comes to James Tynion. Highly recommend World Tree. Pick it up, get the trade paperback. It's all worth it. Next up is Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow, issue number 5. I'm gonna say skip, as well as the Riddler Year 1. Skip that one. Actually, no, the Riddler Year 1, the Black Label one. I'd say give it a chance if you're a Riddler fan, but you know, they just go in with some caution. The story was good because Paul Dano manages to explain detailed motivations of the Riddler, filling in many gaps that were in the film and the movie. Okay. So yeah, I'd say go ahead and check this one out if you're a Riddler fan. I'm taking a lot of these ones back, so yeah. The Riddler Year 1, be a good one to pick up. Night Terrors, Night's End, I'd say pick up as well. This one's a really good series. It's infecting the whole DC universe. Monstrous, highly recommended Image Comics property here. This is the end of this story arc. The fate of the world is hanging in the balance as Maika and Zin and their companions search for a way home without provoking the two factions imprisoned in Monstra in an all-out war. So that sounds like a very intense end. Hope they make it out alright. Next up is Bounty Hunters by Star Wars Marvel. I'll say go ahead and hard pass on that one. Same with, let's see here, Batman and Catwoman, the Gotham War Battle Lines. If you're a Catwoman fan, I'd say check this out. Chip Zdarsky is a really good writer. There's a lot of dislikes on this one. I don't get the complaints. So let's see here. Okay, there's way too much spoilers there. Sorry. Yeah, it doesn't see it. There's mixed reviews on this one. I'd say proceed with caution, as always. Blade, issue number 2 by Marvel Comics, hard pass. Same with Miss Marvel, the New Mutant, issue number 1. Kamala Khan is back and she's an X-Men now. So she never was really killed off. Yeah, she got a lot of stands for her. Next up is Death of the Venomverse, issue number 3 by Marvel Comics, and this one I might pick up. This is Carnage versus Silence. It's going to be an epic hardcore battle by Colin Bunn, the great writer, and artist Gerardo Sandoval. So yeah, definitely gonna pick that one up. In the Scorch, issue number 21, highly recommend. I'm gonna pick that one up. I'd recommend getting the trade paperback and backtracking if you haven't already. Next up is Action Comics presents Doomsday Special. Issue number 1, Doomsday rules in hell, and it is a creature beyond reason and the only force in the universe strong enough to kill Superman. It's Doomsday, the living embodiment of death, destruction, and evolution. In the wake of crisis of Lazarus Planet, King Doomsday now sits on the throne of skulls across the river of blood, holding the court over the demons that swarm in the depth of hell. So it sounds really, really interesting. Bloodwind's gonna come back. Dan Waters is the writer. Got Doomsday, got Martian Hunter, and we got Raphael Arce. There's a lot of likes on here, so if you're a fan of all this, definitely pick this one. It'll be worth it for you. I'm gonna skip it for myself, but yeah, definitely good pickup for the fans of that series. Next up is Marvel Batter Blood Marvel's Deadpool Batter Blood. It's kind of like a Venom Deadpool mix with Wolverine as well, I guess. I don't know. Zabu, 2 Deadpool books. It's Deadpool symbiotes. So yeah, I'd say this one's worth picking up. I'm not sure about Rob Liefeld. Let me see here. Let me see who he is. Oh yeah, definitely pick this one up. This one will be worth it. I'm not sure why I haven't picked it up. I'm not really that big of a Deadpool fan, but this one I could see definitely worth picking up, especially if you're a Deadpool fan. Cult of Carnage Misery, issue number 4, highly recommend, especially if you're a Carnage Venomverse fan. You'll have all of the favorites and all the ones that you don't like. It's chaos. It's absolute chaos. There's a lot of Venom stuff coming out right now. It's getting a little overwhelming though. if I'm gonna be honest. Marvel Age issue number 1000. I guess this looks important, but it's Age of Comics, a celebration issue number. It's $10 for 92 pages. If you like a lot of the old Marvel characters, legacy characters, this one will definitely be good for you. Definitely good for the collection. I would recommend it. I'll pull it, but I'm probably not gonna get it, in all honesty. Next up is Danny Cretch, Ghost Rider, issue number 4. I do recommend this one to Ghost Rider fans. I did read number 1 online, and it's pretty badass. Star Wars: The Mandalorian season pass. If you can watch the show. Spider-Man India, not interested. Conan the Barbarian by Titan Books. This one came out, and I really liked the first one. It's got the old style Conan. What can I say? Highly recommend this one. Gonna pull the whole series. I think you all should too. I don't know if this one's gonna make it to the local comic book shop of mine. Local Man Gold, issue number 1 by Image Comics. This looks like a something from the past. That's good. Would this be good to pick up? So it is a comic book superhero. It looks like an X-Men reject. Jack comes face to face with his explosive past when his superhero alter ego is blasted into modern day Farmington by a massive comet. Now, a local man has to get his younger, more extreme self back to his own time before he ruins what little life Jack has left, but it won't be easy. Cross, Jack isn't the only one who's landed in the wrong era, and they're both being hunted by a vengeful hero from the past, guest starring a rag team of your favorite Image Comics heroes: Cyberforce, Street Angel, Love Everlasting, and Boof and the Bruise Crew. A perfect jumping on point for new readers and a must-have for old school Image heads. Now this sounds like something pretty cool, even though I'm not into the whole Image Comic superhero lineup. This one might be good for the collection, so definitely gonna pick this one up. Yeah, hopefully I get it. Next up is Sandman Nightmare Country, The Glass House, issue number 4. I highly recommend it. It's a DC Black Label. The immortal witch Cecily has interjected herself into brewing storm between heaven and hell, the waking world and the dreams. So there's a whole bunch of things going on. If I say any more, there's James Tynion, my man again. Definitely pick this one up. Pull the series. Let me see. Alright. Next up is IDW's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Street Fighters 3. I say if you're a fan of both, this might be a cool little thing for you. It's not that interesting to me. I am a fan, but it's just it looks like it's for teenagers. It'd be good to get your teens into comic books, kind of introducing your old characters in a new way. Yeah, be cool. Next up is IDW's The Hunger and the Dusk. I'm gonna say a pass, but for me, but it might be interesting to some tabletop people. I'm a tabletop player myself, but it just this one just doesn't interest me. This one just does not look interesting at all. But it might for some other people. So I'll say proceed with caution, but you know, yeah, it's IDW, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures. If you like the cartoon, or if you want your kids into comic books, this one will be a good one to pick up. Other than that, it's pretty much for kids. Same with the Nort swimsuit edition, illustrated. I'm not sure what this is. Well, it's not definitely not for kids. What am I saying? Not for me either. Star Wars Hyperspace Stories, issue number 8, by Dark Horse Comics. I say give it a shot if you like the new Disney Star Wars, but it's not for me. Alice Never After by Boom Studios. I had high hopes for this one. The story is not that great, in my opinion, but the art is pretty good. It's really good, actually. It's just not worth $4.99 to me. I say proceed with caution if you're an Alice in Neverland person, but definitely not for me. Catwoman Uncovered, issue number 1. I'm gonna say pass, but if you're a Catwoman fan, you might like it. Gang War, or let's see here, that's preview. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers anniversary special, 30th year. This one might be good for the collection. It's $10 though. Not for me. Black Hammer: The End, issue number 1. Eisner Award-winning superhero saga returns, and the series picking up immediately after the event of the hit Reborn series and its multi-timeline world-hopping adventure. Ugh. So they're gonna do a multiverse of this. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't find it necessary, but yeah. Either. So I say proceed with caution. I am going to not get it myself. Next up is The Plot Holes, issue number 1, by Whatnot Publishing. The plot holes are a squad of fictional warriors who transport themselves into pages of other books using their unique skills to save plots in order to stop them from being destroyed. I'm not sure I like the concept of this, so it's like just people inserting themselves into other people's intellectual properties. It's like what we're fighting against. it's no. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong, but yeah, I don't like it. Next up is Arcade Kings, issue number 4. Now, if he's protecting it from, like say Disney ruining the IP now, then yeah. But if it's him doing what Disney does, then fuck that. Arcade Kings, issue number 4. I didn't like it, so I'm gonna not recommend it anymore. Too teenager-y, too lame. Next up is Siren's Gate by Dynamite Entertainment, a very great kind of vampire siren mermaid type thing. It's really awesome. I like it. Definitely recommend it. Next up is Blade Runner 2039, issue number 6 by Titan Books. Cleo was gravely wounded in a shootout. The art is fantastic. I recommend this one, especially if you're a Blade Runner fan, but proceed with caution as there might be some changes that you might not like. Next up is, let's see how much longer, okay. Next up is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Saturday Morning Adventures again, and Endless Summer, issue number 1. Like I said, if you want to get your kids into the Turtles, that's a good starting off point. Elvira and Monsterland. I was never really an Elvira fan, so I'm gonna skip this one, but I'll recommend it to Elvira fans because Dynamite Entertainment would be a good company to take over that intellectual property. Draculina Blood Simple, issue number 5. I do recommend. Very intense. Another Vampirella copy. I'd say she's pretty comparable, and I like her. Next up is Grimm Fairy Tales, issue number 75. I recommend, if you're into this, the Grimm Fairy Tales lineup. I can never really follow what's going on whenever I try to buy my book and see what's going on. It seems like they're all just one-shots to me. So I don't think it's worth $7, but I'll recommend it if you're into it. I don't like Rick and Morty comic books, so no. This one won't show up in my comic book shop. Kaptara Universal Truth by Image Comics. This one might. It looks like some type of weird D&D thing. I don't like the cover right off the bat. Chip Zdarsky, what are you doing? Because you demanded it. Yes, you don't remember you were having drinks and said, hey, remember what happened to, what was it, Kaptana? Chip Zdarsky, public domain. Are back with a brand new story arc of their beloved science fiction astronaut Keith Kanga, trapped on the planet Kaptara and trying to find his way home, but he needs to solve this mystery of who is stealing all the adorable cat tanks. Who would dare? The Wild Colorful series, full of chuckles, could be yours for the low price of $3.99. Should be a normal price of $3.99. Alright, let's see here. I am going to recommend, if you're a fan, if you're new to that, I'll say stay away from it. It's probably not gonna like it, but let me know if you get it and you like it. Next up is 2000 AD 2033-47 by Rebellion. This one probably won't show up in my comic book shop, but I'll recommend it if you know the IP. Godzilla, Rival vs. Space Godzilla. They're doing a lot of IP cash grabs on this one. I'm not gonna recommend it. It's very pricey. I love Godzilla, but this is just too much. Endless Summer, Sonic Hedgehog, another cash grab by IDW, a one-shot. If you want to get your kids into comic books and they like Sonic, that's a good one to get. But not for me. Endless Summer, Dungeons and Dragons. Again, with this Dungeons and Dragons being made for kids, go ahead, I guess, whatever. Hunt, Kill, Repeat. I did not like the storyline and I did not like the art, so I stayed far away from this one. And Savage Strength. Yeah, I read number 1 and it was the worst. So definitely staying away from these two. Sumerian Comics, Pink Elephant, issue number 2. I was gonna say Hell Witch Coffin Comics, but they don't show up in my comic book shop. That was that funny noise I made. Pink Elephant. If you like trippy acid type comic books, heavy metal, death metal, all that cool stuff, this edgy comics, this ones are definitely for you. I highly recommend it. It's really cool colors, definitely interesting. Probably won't make too much sense, but will it be worth it? Let me know in the comments if you get it. Ancient Enemies by Frank Miller. First Responder, $3.99. If you want to stay away from the Marvel comics and want a more edgy, in your face one, this one will definitely be one of those. Dan DiDio is a good writer. The artist I'm not too familiar with, but let's see here. 20 years in prison, a spacecraft firefighter. He's got a cool backstory. He's a first responder, dedicated his life to saving others while unable to save himself in this one shot. It's a one shot, so it's definitely worth the good introduction. It's a good introduction to this. I'd say pick it up. I'll pick it up if I have the money and the time, and if they have it. Knights of the Dinner Table by Kenzer and Company. I'm gonna hard pass on that one. Ahoy Comics The Gimmick. If you like the comedy versions and you like crazy, gritty comics, this one's definitely for you. I really like this one. I think my fans will like this one. Fans, my viewers. Love you guys. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and commenting. Appreciate you. Next up is Antarctic Press Exciting Comics, issue number 38. Not really, nothing too exciting in there. The Bones of the Gods. I thought it was gonna be cool, but it turns out it's just kind of a lame thing. Endless Summer for My Little Pony. I mean, if you want your daughter to get into comic books, this one would be a good starting point for her. But yeah, this would definitely be good only for your younger daughter or teenage daughter. Quicksand by Scout Comics, issue number 2. This is if you want to get your teenagers into more actiony ones, this one's a more safe version of that. It's, let's see here, is it? Oh no, wait, no, it's not. This is mature. My bad. I take that one back. This one's for adults. Might have some mature themes. I take it all back. It's some monsters crawled out of the Egyptian pyramids in the Egyptian desert. It's got a 100 rating, so it's pretty good. It's a little preachy. So yeah. The art is lighter though, so it's not as dark and gritty as it could be. The art could definitely make it spicier, so it's lacking. Next up is Planet Comics, same thing. It's a collection of stories. These ones won't show up. Zenscope, Grim, Zodiac vs. Hydra. That might be worth it if you're familiar with the characters. I always recommend the Zenscopes. Fantasy Comics, issue number 4 by Antarctic Press. It'll be a collection of fantasy comics. If you're into that, cool. Vanity Remastered Edition. It's a remake of an old, I guess, another story. But this cover is insane. It'd be good to collect. Every legend has a beginning, and the horror story is no difference. However, our tale is based on a true story. It begins at the very end. The legendary blood countess Elizabeth Bathory is dead, and the gravediggers are assigned to relocate a corpse. But who is she really? Was she a monster or a victim? Or here we witness Elizabeth's birth and childhood and see the earliest moments, life through her eyes. Includes her first encounter with death and blood. So this might be really worth it. I'll check it out if it's available. Vanity, I will try to remember that. The Outer Spaceman. Okay, that one won't show up. This one will show up. Benigno. I don't know. I can't. Tranquility of Benigno's. The tranquility of Benigno's life is shattered by Rodolfo, the cruel mayor of Santa Ana. In a single night, Magino's family is torn from him, and the magic his grandmother used to protect him does not go as planned. It summons something no one expected, the spirit of a long-dead philosopher who takes up residence in his belly and waits to emerge to guide him to the light spirit lanterns. Sounds pretty interesting, but the art seems to be lacking. Definitely a good one for kids, though, if you want to get them into D&D. It's a Scoot Comics edition. All these ones won't show up. Keen Spot, Hollowed, that one might show up. I'll say proceed with caution on this one. And yeah, Happy Astronaut seems to be the last one. Seems to be for kids, not for me, not for anybody that watches me. There might be an Overwatch comic book at your local comic book shop from Blizzard. $10. If you're an Overwatch fan, it might be worth it, but it looks like it's just a cash grab to get your money. So that's going to do it here for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Assalamu alaikum. Have a great day.